Morning arrived slowly, but the house did not feel any lighter. The sunlight touched the broken walls, yet the air inside remained cold, heavy, as if the night had never truly ended. Ali sat on the dusty floor, holding the diary with trembling hands. Sarah stood near the window, watching the empty road outside. Not a single car passed. Not a single sound came from the city. Aisha whispered, "I don't think this house wants us to forget." No one replied. The diary belonged to a woman named Miriam. She had lived in this house alone. Page after page was filled with pain. "They hear me cry every night. They close their windows. They lock their doors. I am alive, but I feel invisible." Hamza slowly sat down. "This was never about ghosts," he said. "This house is crying because no one listened." Miriam's husband had left years ago. The city labeled her as unstable. People avoided her. When she cried for help, they thought it was madness. When she screamed in pain, they thought it was superstition. And one night, she stopped screaming. The house remembered. A deep silence filled the room. Then suddenly, a soft breathing sound echoed through the hallway. Not crying, not screaming, just breathing. Zayn stood up quickly. "Did you hear that?" The temperature dropped. The lights flickered. On the walls, dark handprints began to appear. Slowly, one by one, Sarah's voice shook. "She's still here." Ali stood in the center of the room and spoke loudly. "Miriam, we heard you. We ignored you. And we are sorry." The house responded. The floor creaked beneath their feet. The walls trembled slightly. Then a voice filled the air. Not angry. Not loud. Just tired. "I didn't want revenge. I only wanted someone to stop." Aisha started crying. "We failed you," she said. "But please, let us leave." For a moment, nothing happened. Then, the front door slowly opened on its own. The cold air disappeared. The handprints faded. The house became quiet, truly quiet. They ran. None of them looked back. Aftermath. The house was sealed again. No crying was ever heard after that night. But the house was never empty. Because something remained inside all of them. Ali began waking up every night at the same time. Sarah could no longer ignore someone in pain. Aisha left the city and started working with people who had no voice. Hamza never returned to abandoned places again. And Zayn, every year, on the same date, he stands outside that house and whispers. This time, we listened. People still pass that road. They still talk about the house. But now they say something different. They say the house doesn't cry anymore. Because it was never haunted by a ghost. It was haunted by silence. By people who heard, and chose to do nothing. Sometimes the scariest thing isn't what cries in the dark, but the people who hear it, and walk away.